Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Take Flight with Dave, the Eagles fan. I'm your host, Dave, along with my co host and producer, Kaylin. Before we get started, please like, comment, and subscribe. We really appreciate you guys, man. It really pushes our show forward. I will say we just dropped a couple shorts this past week, and man, one of them is doing numbers. Man, we over 500 views on that, bro, and that's crazy to even think about, bro. I'm like, so we really do appreciate you guys. We'll definitely try to continue to make great content, so that way we can put out more quality shorts that are continue to do great views like that. So, man, shout out to Kaylin for actually, putting that short together, bro. Keep doing your thing, man, for real.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Hey, it's Victory Monday. You know what I mean, bro? Hey, full transparency, we doing the pod the next day or whatnot. Gave us a little bit of time to digest everything, bro. And I'm hella excited, bro. I'm glad we was able to pull out that victory, man.
Yeah, it was a really good game, man. Really exciting game, particularly the second half. The first half was kind of maddening. Um, the Eagles are going to leave a lot of meat on the bone,
Bro.
but nothing worse than going down below 500. Having a completely pressure-packed game next week. So definitely happy to
Mm-hmm.
get the dub. The injuries suck, but one more game until the bye week. So hopefully, boys
Facts.
can get this win and get some rest. But
Mm-hmm.
that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the takeaways. Just any big takeaway. Let's start on the offensive side. What did you kind of come away thinking on the offensive side of the ball?
Man, so immediately, it's funny that you were talking about the bye week coming up because at first I was like, "Damn, bye week on week 5. That's a little early." And I'm thinking, I guess we have the trip to Brazil, so maybe that's why they're trying to give us a little bit of rest early. But we're definitely gonna need it now. You know what I mean? Having injuries, I already have AJ out for 2 games. Devontae goes down. Lane Johnson goes down early. Makai Becton goes down early. It's like, damn, what the hell going on? So like my biggest takeaway, bro, initially is this next man up mentality, bro. And I know it's a huge cliche, but that stuff is real, bro. Like watching Fred Johnson and Tyler Steen come in and not miss a beat over there on that right side. Fred Johnson being the right tackle, Tyler Steen being that right guard, bro. I don't really feel like they were weak links throughout that game. You know what I mean? So like that was a huge takeaway for me. It was like the second string guys came in and didn't miss a beat, bro. Like that was huge to me. Um, Another takeaway I had, bro, is in that first half, bro, we got past the 50-yard line 4 times. 4 times. We left with 0 points. We ended up with 2 turnovers, one being the interception in the end zone. We were like on the 12-yard line going in. And I think it's really a timing play because it's like it's supposed to be like a little quick, a dig route, little in. But Devontae kind of rounded off that route, bro, which is similar to what happened to him in an Atlanta game when he was running that corner and he got rounded off again. I think sometimes with his slight frame, he allows people to move him a little bit more than I think he should. But I thought he was going to come underneath Tyron Matthew and then catch that pass. But of course, Tyron came in front of him. And then because Jalen was throwing that ball before he even really cut. So it was really a timing thing. But like I said, obviously it was an interception. So that was huge. Then Jalen had the damn fumble running off to the left side, trying to escape the pocket. Didn't have 2 hands on the ball. Defense line made a great play coming from behind him. And I know a lot of times people will say stuff like, "Dang, does he not feel that pressure coming?" I'm like, he feel it. That's why he taking off. But it's like, I mean, like I said, great play, diving, knocking the ball out. Like I said, you got to have that ball secured in both hands. I get why you got it in the right because you're looking to still be able to pass. But I mean, that's still a turnover we can't have. So we had 2 of those being turnovers, and then the other two fourth down calls that we didn't get. We went for it on fourth down twice, turnover on downs twice. One of them being we lined up in the little tush push with the little play off to the side. Nick Sirianni actually said in his press conference afterwards that he was the one who made that call, not Kellen Moore. He was like, I really like that play. I thought it was going to work, and I went for it. I also saw Dallas Goddard talking after the game, and he was mentioning how I think it was that play, but he was saying one of the fourth downs. I think it was that one, but how he was mentioning that either he wasn't quite ready for what it was that he was supposed to be doing, or he had a misassignment or something. But that play to me on the give to Saquon, that fake tush push, it looked like Landon Dickerson was supposed to be guarding a guy. I think it was Chase Young, but he barely blocked him and then kind of let go. But it's like Saquon had a one on one with another dude. It looks like he was going to be able to run over and maybe kind of lean forward. But Chase Young gets off that block from Landon Dickerson and forces Saquon down, so that way he couldn't get a little bit more yards. But I think it all comes down to execution. But also it all comes down to damn play calling too. Why can't we take no damn points? Like that's starting to kind of irk me a little bit, bro. Because Nick don't really run offense like that. He definitely don't run a defense. But what he does do is make game time decisions. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, we're going for it on fourth down. Nah, we're gonna go ahead and take these points, kick the field goal, this and that, this and that. But it seems like every time he makes a decision, it seems to be the wrong one. And I guess it's what's the phrase? Hindsight is 2020. So it's just like, because they haven't worked out, they look like the wrong play. But I mean, shit, how many of them can we watch not go right before we, critique him and say, all right, you're doing the wrong thing, bro? Because you can't keep going for it on these downs and then us not getting them. You know what I mean? So it's kind of tough, bro. But getting past the 54 times and leaving with no points is really crazy, bro. So that was a huge takeaway for me in that first half. But as we get to that second half, bro, my last takeaway on offense, Saquon is a dog. Is a dog, bro. I think he had like less than 4 carries or less than 5 carries in that first half. And then bro ended up with like 17 touches total, bro. He was going stupid in that second half, bro. He is a dog. He didn't even need the 20 plus carries, you know what I mean? Just because he had that breakaway speed, bro. Hell of a play on that on that 60 plus yarder. I think he broke 21.22 miles per hour or whatnot. Dude was moving. Shout out to Dallas Goddard finally getting involved. That was huge. We needed him so much, especially after Smitty went down. Bro, ended up with 170 yards. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's probably, if I had to guess, bro, that's probably over 4 times the amount that he had in the first 2 games total. And I think it's probably even more than that. Um, I was about to say, and also my last takeaway, bro. After Smitty went down, and then he got hit, kind of, in my opinion, a little bit dirty, bro. Just because he was already kind of going down. Technically, the hit wasn't late, the whistle hadn't blown, but it seemed so unnecessary, bro. And I think our team rallied around that. I heard them say that a few times in their press conferences afterwards. And then right after that play, after that injury timeout, is when Saquon busts off that really long run. So I think it just kind of it energized us, it galvanized the team, and it allowed for us to really take off. We went from having 0 points at the start of the fourth quarter to end up with 15. So those were the takeaways I had for the offense.
Yeah, I thought you hit the important things. Definitely, a lot of important things happen on the offensive side of the ball in this game, good and bad. I think the biggest thing for me was just Jalen Hurts. I just can't look past what this guy's doing. And after the game, when Nick Sirianni calls him a winner, that's what you call guys who play bad but then find a way. I don't want a winner. I just want a good quarterback. Period. And you can't be a serious quarterback and you can't be a serious team turn the ball over twice every game. I just really hope next week he just plays a clean football game. Like no matter what I don't care about the yard. Just play a clean game. It's just been very frustrating to see him another red zone interception. I mean, you talked about Smitty and what he did, which I agreed, but Tyrann Matthews one of the best ball hawks of our generation. So you just kind of threw it right to him. I don't mean that's kind of what he does. So it's just disappointing, and then the pressure, not feeling that guy, just carrying the ball, loose. It's just
Mm-hmm.
disappointing and frustrating. So he still played, good in spots, and he definitely got the job done. He won the football game. That's the point of playing. But just want to see a cleaner game from Jalen Hurts next week. But let's keep it moving, Dave. Let's talk about the defense, who had an enormous game, stepped up time to time to time. And first 2 weeks, one of the worst defenses in football, really, answered the bell. What did you see? What was the main takeaway from the defensive side?
Man, first off, shout out to the defense stepping up. Who would have expected that, bro? Well, first off, I want to pat myself on the back for calling and saying that we needed to run some bare fronts, some 5 down linemen, and things like that, bro. even crazier is I seen some 6 men down there on the line, bro, which is crazy. It was really cool, bro. I like to see how they were moving Zach Bond, one of our middle linebackers, bro, to the edge. And then he was like coming down on the line of scrimmage, making the fifth man, sometimes the sixth man on the line, and like daring the Saints to do something else besides run the ball, bro. Like it was crazy watching. I got a something that I had seen, man. It's really just been crazy because I didn't expect them to make as big of a turnaround as they did that soon. Um, Especially with that defensive line, because I know that was, I think, one of our biggest takeaways after the last game is that this defensive line was terrible. They
Mhm.
had been terrible for 2 weeks, bro. Like barely getting any pressures, barely doing anything, bro. But this time we ended up with 4 quarterback hits. We had only one sack again, but and that was Jordan Davis, bro. Shout out to him getting there. We ended up with 3 pass deflections just by the defensive line, bro. That was huge. If we're not getting there, bro, getting them hands up, because there was a couple of times where we deflected passes where you can see a receiver is running behind them wide open, bro. So it's like if we don't deflect that pass, bro, they're probably continuing to get a first down, keep moving the chains, all these other things. But we also had 6 tackles for loss from the defensive line, bro. Like that was huge. That was huge. The defense stepped up so tremendously, man. Holding that Saints team to 3 points in that first half, and then just giving up another field goal, and then I think it was a one touchdown that Chris Olave corner route with C.J. Gardner Johnson guarding him. I hate watching C.J. Gardner Johnson in man coverage. That's twice, 2 weeks, basically once each week. These last 2 weeks, bro, where he was guarding somebody who he probably shouldn't be guarding. You know what I mean? And get worked out or whatever. So shout out to the defense as a whole. Not giving
Can you
anything over the
can
top.
you
Go ahead.
explain that real quick? Because the broadcast also said that. I don't get it. I mean, listen, you're the football expert, so you explain it to me. He's a defensive back. The broadcast like, oh well, he's not posted with what guard receivers. What else does he do? What the hell? Explain it to me. What's he supposed to be doing?
No, I get what you're saying, bro. But it's like I would say the same thing if that was Reed. But also, we had a conversation before the video about how these DBs or these safeties are kind of average or whatever. But man coverage for a safety is it's like extra icing on top, bro. It's like if you can run man as a safety, bro, like you just you top tier probably. But more than likely, bro, you want your safety to be able to run a great zone scheme, and you want to also be able to kind of help fit the run and things like that. And then, like I said, if you have a safety that can also play man, that's even better. But most people who play safety because they aren't good enough to actually play corner.
Mhm.
And I say that to say the corner is the one. Like if you can't play man as a corner, get the fuck off my. Sorry, get out of my corner spot, bro. Because that's not what I need you for. You know what I mean? I need you to be able to lock somebody up, play man to man, and then throw some zone in there as well, of course, and maybe fit the run. If you don't play the run well, I don't think anyone's pissed at you as a corner. As a safety, you normally aren't as fast as the corners. You aren't quite as nimble and athletic. You don't flip your hips nearly as well. And like I said, of course, you have some safeties that are able to do everything, but those are the all world safeties. But a lot of safeties aren't able to actually sit there and play man all game. Like Tyrann Mathieu will get cooked. We were just talking about how he's one of the best ball hawks in our history of watching, bro. But he's not a great man player or whatnot. So it's like he did a little bit of nickel early on, but of course he's been essentially just moved straight up to safety. And then, so I think that's more so what it is. It's like same thing with CJ Gardner Johnson. He played nickel initially coming in, playing with the Saints, with the Florida and everything like that. But he was moved slowly but surely to the safety spot because that's just kind of where he's better equipped. But if
Mhm.
you having him trying to guard the best receiver on the other team, bro, hell no. I'm taking that receiver every time. And
Yeah.
that's just the way I look at it. So it's
Okay.
it's like I get it. It's like, oh, he a DB, but it's levels to that safety in the corner stuff, I think.
Okay.
hmm
Did,
But
yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, Did you have any other takeaways? I don't know. I kind of asked the
I,
question.
I
I don't
I
know if you have.
did. Hold on,
Okay.
real quick.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't want to see Ringo out there on the field. It was just brief, bro. but it was like he came in immediately after Darius Slay got hurt. I don't know if you remember that play. Slay was getting drug out of bounds, bro, by a big ass offensive lineman on the Saints, bro. It was like I want to say, bro, about 2-3 seconds. It felt like after dude was already out of bounds, and he finished Slay over there on the
Yeah, it
sideline,
was
bro. And that
dirty,
shit
and the
pissed me off.
broadcast said that he had a history or he had a past of doing plays like that.
Right.
Just a dirty player.
What, bro? That shit pissed me off, bro. I was like, come on. Because there wasn't no flag for that either, was it? I
Yeah,
don't think we saw
it
no
was a
flag.
flag
It was
for
a
it.
flag. It's 15
Yeah,
yards, but they still got
yeah,
first down.
yeah. They
Yeah,
took
yeah,
the
yeah.
first down.
Right. Okay. Yeah, bro. And it was like immediately after that, Ringo comes in. They pick on Ringo immediately. That first play, Ringo was over there guarding. I think I jotted it down. Olave. Yep. So it was Chris Olave came in. He ran a post route, spent Ringo around, bro. He did a whole 360, still chasing. I'm like, bro, get this nigga out the
Not the
game.
fairest spot for Keely Ringo. I mean, you guarding a really talented receiver, in Chris Olave. They just kind of throw you in the game. Everyone's already warmed up. You've been on the sideline the whole time. What are the chances you do well in that spot? I mean, they're looking to go right after you. Like it was tough.
Yeah, but my thing is though, you're not a starter, so you're only going to play spot minutes. So if that's what you're going to do for the rest of the year, I need you to be better. You know, because I'm not going to use that excuse for you every game. You know what I mean? Like, all right, well, you just got thrown in. It's going to be every game because you're not starting. You know what I mean? It's like so you either got to be ready or you're not. And granted, I know we talking about different positions and things like that, but like we said, we watched offensive line dudes come in and make plays. You know what I mean? Like how this is random but whenever Dallas got that really long pass, bro, Jahan Dotson came and created that pick route. Like I said, he executed. And I know it's easier maybe to execute on offense. You know the plays and everything else. On defense, you're trying to react. I just don't want to see you as a DB. We're just talking about niggas guarding other people, bro. And as a corner, I don't want to see you spin in a circle. I don't want to see you do a 360 while somebody running a post route. I just don't. Because what you going to do with your back to him? Nothing.
Uh,
Nothing, bro. I just didn't like it. I ain't
Again,
like it at all.
in fairness to him, the guy he took over for, if you can remember last week, got cooked and lost the game. So it's tough. It
I hear
happens,
you.
bro.
I hear you. I hear you. It was just a takeaway I had, bro. But Jalen Carter finally playing like the Jalen Carter that I was talking about so much, bro. It's like he ended up with hold on, I jotted it down. He ended up with two tackles for loss, bro. He also had what was it? Hold on, real quick, bro. Let me get it exactly. All right, so he had 4 tackles total, bro. 2 of them is tackle for loss, bro. He had 2 pass deflections as a defensive lineman, bro. Getting them hands up. That's what I'm talking about, bro. He also had a 1 quarterback hit, bro. That dude was a monster. He was killing it. He still wasn't proud of how he played after the game. He just says, unless I'm getting maybe 6 sacks. And he was joking, but unless he was doing stuff like that, it's like then he feels like, oh, I could always be better, which I really appreciate, bro. But he was wreaking havoc. Him and that defensive line, bro, they were everywhere. So that was my huge takeaway, bro. I loved seeing Vic Fangio pivot from what we were doing these past 2 weeks, changing to that bare front with 5 down linemen, sometimes having 6. Because what that truly does is instead of them having double teams because we only got like 3 or 4 guys right there in the interior of the defensive line where you can double team 1 or 2 guys and just kind of flow and then get up to the linebacker. Now everybody got a one-on-one. Somebody gonna win because you're not beating all of us one-on-one, bro. You just not. You know what I mean? So watching our defensive line dominate that game was amazing to watch, bro. Watching the Sweat get back there, BG get back there. I think Nolan Smith had a few good pass rushes, bro. It was like it was refreshing after feeling how I felt after the Atlanta game in comparison to this one, night and day. So I think those are the takeaways I have for the most part on defense.
Yeah, the defensive side of the ball was very interesting. And I thought that there was some good takeaways and some bad, or maybe not even bad, just a reason to like pump the brakes a little bit. So the first 2 weeks, defense is one of the worst in the NFL, and I think a lot of that was on the players just not playing very well. But a part of it was on Vic Fangio. I think not putting guys in positions to succeed, and I thought that was the biggest thing in this game was that Vic Fangio really put the guys in positions to be successful and they executed. You have to give them their credit. The players are the
Mhm.
ones that are playing. I thought Quinyon Mitchell. You didn't talk about him at all. Quinyon Mitchell's awesome, right? He we
Facts.
saw him make a couple more plays in this game. He's just big time. He's always ready when he's called on. Uh,
It was him who made the play on Shaheed.
yeah,
Because they was doing everything they've been doing, what we are talking about on our pregame show. You
yep,
know what I mean? Oh, play action, boom. Try to hit Shaheed over the top. He was beat and then got his hand in there and punched it out, boy. You right. I did leave out Q and I apologize. Q
yeah,
had 2 pass deflections too.
yeah.
So
He
shout
played
out to him.
well.
He should have had a damn pick. I'm tired of him almost getting a pick and not getting it, bro. Like, hey,
That was
get
strange.
both
He didn't
hands
even
on that
try.
hoe.
I don't know why.
Right. I don't know
Yeah,
if he got there faster than he expected, and he
that's
was
what
just
the
like,
broadcast said.
"Oh,
It kind of looked like that.
yeah,
Like, oh, I didn't think I was going to be right there because it looked like he could at least try for a one hand interception. He just kind of knocked
what?
it down.
6 of them all need
But
it, need it."
the point that I wanted to make about Vic Fangio and specifically the defensive line. Um, so I don't know what Vic Fangio is going to do moving forward. I thought he like knew how to stop this offense, and he changed his defense and he called the right type of defense. It's not lost on me that the starting center, who I don't know anything about, the Saints offensive line. The broadcast said the center was pretty good and he was important to what they were doing. And the
Mhm.
center goes down early in the game, so Jalen Carter kind of goes off.
Mm.
That's not lost on me. So I just want to see them do it again, right? Like you had a good game. I want to see you do it again. Um, and I still think the edge rushers still just, I don't know. I want Bryce Huff to be effective and to jump off my screen every now and then. I just feel like, yeah, I don't know about Bryce Huff, man. He's been rough. What do you think about Bryce Huff so far?
I agree, because like I was mentioning, the people I remember seeing get pressures and these quarterback hits. None
And
of
I,
them were
I don't
named
think
Bryce
Bryce
Huff.
Huff was one of those people.
It was not. Matter of fact, I'm looking right now, bro. I don't think he had a tackle.
Yeah, I don't think he did
He's
anything.
not even on here like with a stat at all, bro. He don't have even Thomas Booker is on here with a stat, and he didn't even get a tackle, but
This
he got a
this 2
pass
weeks in a row.
deflection.
I think last week. I think Bryce Huff was not on the stat sheet either.
That's really crazy, bro. It's like we're truly wasting money. He's stealing money, bro. He done ran off on us. It's really crazy. I'm glad that we have some other dudes stepping up. I know once again we still only had the 1 sack. I do think that offensive line by the Saints is still pretty good. So we did a really great job of, like getting pressures, even whenever they kind of max protecting with 6, 7 guys and things like that, bro. Fighting through, getting back there. Like I think we did a really great job. But yeah, when we're talking about Bryce Huff, bro, I don't have any words, bro. It's like you're not making any tackles. You don't got any pass deflections. You're not getting any sacks, any quarterback hurries, bro. Like we're paying a lot of money to this guy. A lot of money, a lot of money, bro. It's really crazy. And it's not like we're paying him top 10 pass rusher money, but you're paying him starter money, and he's playing about mid amount of snaps, bro, just like with everybody else, and having a lower impact than everybody else as well, bro. Like it's just it's hard to watch, bro. Because even Nolan Smith, bro, ended up with about 3 tackles or so. You know what I mean? It's like, and we've been feeling like Nolan is a bust. But this Huff situation, bro, is crazy. I think we signed him to what, a 3-year deal? I think it was 3 or 4 year deal. So I'm like, dude, gonna be here for a minute. But I wouldn't be shocked if Howie's shipping him off after this year. So we gonna see
How
how it
is a
works.
guy has a great reputation? He has quite a few misses on his resume. Kind
Yeah,
of
you're right. But also though, I think we talk about the misses because of the successes that he has. You know what I mean? It's like because lots of GMs miss all the time. You know what I mean? I just think it's because he's
well,
a high profile guy.
GMs that miss all the time don't keep their job usually. So I'm
I
not gonna
hear
say
what you
I'm not gonna
say.
say lots of GMs miss all the time. Well, do they? Usually they get fired.
I don't know if that's true though. I mean, because my thing is, I don't think that everybody's picks are always great whenever it comes to the draft. But what I think I like about Howie is that he's always aggressive. You know what I mean? Whether that's trading up, trading for somebody, getting rid of somebody before you should. Also, getting these contracts in and not having situations like Dallas where you're trying to pay your quarterback and your receiver right before the season started. But no, we're going to pay somebody early before they even get to their last year. We're not even going to take those chances. And we're going to get ahead of the market so that way they feel valued, but also we don't have to overpay for them. So I think it's a lot of things that go into it with Howie. We kind of off on a tangent, but also taking two different teams to the Super Bowl, two different, like groupings or whatever, two different main players. I think that's also, very impactful too.
Yeah, no question.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Let's go ahead and jump into the grades.
Let's do it.
So again, guys, going to go positional unit, and Dave's gonna hand out grades and talk about how they did. So let's start off with Jalen Hurts. What grade is he getting?
All right. I never really know what to do with Jalen. I know you were making a comment earlier about Nick Sirianni talking about, he's a winner. You're like, that's not really what I want for my quarterback. I just want him to play solid, great play, all this other stuff. And I agree. I hear what you're saying, bro. But it's like 2 turnovers a game is a lot. But also, I know I'm comparing him to Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes basically has a turnover in all 3 of these games already. You know what I mean? Like every game he's been in so far this season. But
Hurts
yeah,
has a
they've
turnover
won.
like his last 7 games.
I hear you. I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, though, to me, it's important to be a winner. You know what I mean? Like, if you play bad, don't let that snowball into us not finishing this game, bro. Like let's find a way to win. I want them to play better too. But I guess I'm saying all of this to kind of soften the blow of I'm gonna give him a B. It's like because I don't feel like he was terrible, bro. And then I feel like because it's not lost on me what our receiving core looks like without AJ Brown. It's just not. You know what I mean? For you to still throw for over 300 yards, shout out to Dallas Goedert stepping up. But for you to still throw over 300 yards, and with Devontae Smith going out for that whole fourth quarter, I don't know. That's big, bro. I obviously can't give him a A. That B is really kind of a B minus, close to a C plus. Those 2 turnovers are huge. But I think at the end of the day, bro, continuing to move the offense forward, because I mean, us going forward on those fourth downs, the one that turned into a sack, but it was like there was nothing for him to do. Nobody was open, and by that time, bro, he's already getting hit in his face. It's just like I think if the play calling is a little bit better, or if we just go ahead and take those field goals, it's like some of those bad situations that we see him in, we might not actually be in those situations. So I personally went with a B because I don't think he played terrible. But of course, obviously,
Can I
we
give
got
you
to
some
do better with
pushback
the
here?
TOs.
I,
Talk to me.
I think you're being really kind. You said the play calling. That's the only reason the Eagles won the game. The Dallas Goedert alone had over 100 yards yak. You say he threw for 100 yards. No, he did not. He didn't throw for any air yards. Dallas Goedert ran him over 100 yards. Okay, so he really did not throw the ball a ton. The play calling is how he got the yards. Saquon Barkley got him the Saquon scored 14 of the 15 points, right? Like Jalen Hurts was what? I mean, count how many players had a bigger impact on the game offensively than Jalen Hurts. Like, I would go like the offensive line had a really good game. Goddard, obviously, Saquon, like, I don't know. Like Hurts, he was steady enough after the turnovers, but he just didn't do much. Like, it was the others. It was Dallas Goedert. It was the offensive line. It was Saquon Barkley. I know some of the play calling you might not like, but like the crossers that got Goddard open, and then the long run. That scheme, Jahan Dotson, the pick, that scheme, right? That's not nothing that that's not nothing that Hurts is doing. So I just thought, whatever. You can give him a C. He just didn't do much for me other than turn the ball over.
Yeah, I'm not gonna debate the C. You know what I mean? Like I'm not mad at it at all. But also though, it's like it was 29 for 38. He threw the ball almost 40 times. Bro, he completed 29 of those passes. Like I heard what you're saying about not having many air yards and things like that. But also, where the hell was he gonna throw that ball to? Air yards wise. You know what I mean? I think he did take what was there. Like I said, 29 for 38. Like I said, it's not nothing to sneeze at in my opinion, bro. Like I said, that's a lot of passes. Like, and ideally, no, I don't want that interception, but I'm also not putting that interception on him.
In the
Bro,
red
that's
zone,
a common pass.
the pick in
Or
the red
maybe you
zone
said
is
don't
on him.
force that. You saying don't take that chance.
He threw the ball. I mean, you could put some of the blame on Smitty, but you're the quarterback. You the one threw the ball. Like, like unless the receiver tips the pass and it gets picked off, you don't want to throw it, bro. It went right to Tyrann Mathieu. Like, take care of the ball. Don't throw a pick in the red zone. You left points on the board. This is your second week throwing the pick in the red zone. It's like
I guess, bro. I'm not. To me, bro, everything's case by case. You know what I mean? It's like it is. You can't just look at it in a vacuum. You know what I mean? It's just, or my bad. We got to more so look at it, individually. Like I said, I think that situation was a little different. I'm not blaming nobody but Jalen on that fumble. Like, nigga, that's your fault. You know what I mean? And maybe it just seems like that because, oh, hey, it's just, it's only obviously one person. But like I said, if I'm throwing that pass before you even really get there, and then you start filtering off a little bit further out instead of cutting underneath that guy, like I'm expecting you to do, then it's like I don't fully put it on Smitty, but I'm definitely not fully putting it on Jalen. Like, oh, you the quarterback, you supposed to do better. I'm like, well, I mean, it's a timing route. It's football. You know what I mean? It's like if I'm expecting you to do this and I'm throwing the ball, like I'm not expecting you to go behind Tyron. Cause why the hell would you do that? How you gonna get the ball back there? So that's just the way that I look at it, bro. But I don't know. I do think that I'm being a little generous with that B, so I'll definitely modify it to a C. I can't deny because I'm looking at his QBR was a 41, so that's
right. He
terrible.
did. He did
Right? Yeah,
play
that was
well.
terrible.
He
That
really
was
did.
terrible. Yeah,
Uh,
his rating was an 88.8, but yeah, I'll give him a C then. So we can move on. I don't want to belabor it too much.
okay. Now let's talk about somebody we know had a fantastic game. Saquon Barkley,
Absolutely,
17 carries, 147 yards. How did you grade him?
man. With Saquon, I went with an A. I don't feel like there's any other way you could go. Um, Especially after not having that many carries at all in that first half. But ending up with 17 of them for 147 with 2 touchdowns. Like, oh man,
And a
without
2-point
Saquon on that
conversion.
huge run, yeah, and a 2 point conversion, bro.
Scored 14 points of the 15 points the Eagles scored.
Yeah, man, I feel you. I feel you. Shout out to him. But I mean, so I got on this 26 jersey. I'd be lying to you if I told you it was Saquon. It's technically Miles Sanders, but we're gonna definitely get a Saquon jersey in here. Um,
That's
that's why I wanted to wear it today, bro. It's like, man, 2-6, bro. I need to put that on for
And real
sure.
quick, can I mention, and this is a little random, DeAndre Swift averaging 1.7 yards a carry on the season. He's terrible.
Garbage,
A terrible running
garbage.
back.
Garbage, bro. And it was like I literally heard pundits and beat writers saying stuff like, "Oh, well, I mean, I don't know how much better he is than DeAndre Swift. I don't
Yeah,
know if he was worth paying him that." I'm like, "Wait,
yeah,
what? What
yeah.
do you
People are saying
mean,
it's
bro?
close to
Like,
that. He's a little better, but not a huge upgrade. I mean,
what?"
he's one of the best athletes in
Saquon,
football. He
facts,
outran
bro.
he outran the defensive backs, but whatever.
All of them took off, bro. He even mentioned in his post game press conference that's he should have bust off to the right in the Green Bay game too. He felt they
Yeah,
would have had that touchdown or
yeah.
whatnot. Yeah, but watching that, bro, like this is going to be a fun year. And then the fact that we watched the offensive line with 2 backups come in and Saquon could still do his thing. Saquon's going to eat all year. But he had the least amount of carries that he's had so far, the most amount of yards. Bro, it's like bro, it's gonna be great. And then I loved how the touchdown we got right at the end of the game and the 2 point conversion were both straight up from shotgun, just halfback dive, get up in there. And he got in there with no problems, bro. Like he said he liked the fake tush push we did where we gave him the ball or whatnot. He put it on himself. He said, "Nah, I gotta find a way to get the yard. That's on me." Which I appreciate. You know what I mean? Like, hey, take that. Even though I don't fully blame him, but at the same time, bro, I like someone who takes that blame.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, he had to give an A, bro. That was a given.
Yeah, Saquon's really awesome at like finding those holes. That's why I almost feel like even though it doesn't necessarily make sense to kind of blame him on that fourth down, like that's what you do,
Mm-hmm.
man. You're supposed to kind of find a slither or drive somebody back, but it's okay. Definitely, yeah. I mean, A+ game for him. Oh yeah, only 17 carries. Like they weren't feeding him. You said it. They weren't feeding him in the first half, but definitely made the most of what he got. So super impressive game from him.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the offensive line, who played pretty well, had some injuries, a couple guys went down. Saw the young guy step in there, so that was fun. How did you grade the offensive line, Dave?
O line, man, I gave him a. I was in between a B and an A. It was kind of hard to do. I felt like the pocket was pretty clean for the most part. Jalen did get sacked 4 times. Um, Actually, the one where he was running off to the side and he fumbles, I think that counted as a sack. So of course I'm gonna put that one on him more than the offensive line. But I'm gonna just give him an A. I'm gonna give them an A, bro, just because of the fact that, like you said, you ended up with Saquon getting all those yards or whatnot, especially after us not really running the ball in the first half. And I'm putting that on coaching. You know what I mean? Like let's tote the rock a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, so yeah, but it's like watching them play the way that they did with 2 backups. Like, oh man, that was amazing. That was amazing. Watching them pass off some of those games that was being run by the defensive line and still holding it up, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna have to give him an A, bro, just to be safe. Even with the sacks that were had or whatnot, I'm gonna give him an A because I think they really showed me something, and I was excited to watch because I think that front seven for the Saints is one of the best ones out there. They're really good, I think. So being able to kind of move them boys and protect Jalen a little bit more and allow for Saquon to get loose, yeah, I'm gonna give him an A.
Yeah, it was. I actually thought the sacks were just a product of not having AJ Brown. Um,
Mm.
Just
Nobody's open.
right. Hurts gonna look for Devontae, and if he's not there, it's tough. So I thought he was holding the ball a lot. I'm not even blaming Jalen Hurts for that. But I'm definitely not gonna blame the offensive line. I thought they
No,
played
I feel you.
really well. So yeah, I think an A is a good grade for them, especially with the injuries for sure. Cool. Let's talk about the pass catchers. Really interesting game with the injuries. Saw
Yeah.
our boy Johnny Wilson get out there for his second holding penalty of the season. How does a receiver have 200 holding penalties? That's nuts. But how did you grade the pass catchers?
And that drop he had, first off, over
Johnny,
there on the side. Hey, Jalen put that bitch on the money too. At first, I was like, "Dang, was that bad pass down?" Looked, it hit both his hands. I said, "Ah," but I was also like, I remember watching. I was like, "See, that's what happens. We throw into a 6th round rookie. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, we just drafted him in the 6th round, and it's just like, and he's 6'5",
he's
big as
huge.
hell. You know what I mean? Huge. So it's like for you to fall all the way to the 6th round, it lets you know that I'm not the best natural receiver. You know
They
what
said
I mean? And it
it's the
looked like
longest
that.
wingspan in the history of the NFL.
Crazy work. Crazy work, bro. So if we're combining the pass catchers as in the receivers and the tight ends, then I ended up giving them a B. But I gave the receiver group a C just because honestly, after Devontae Smith, once again, it's just Paris Campbell 2 catches, Brent Covey 1 catch, Johnny Wilson 1 catch, Jahan Dotson 2 catches, 8 yards for Jahan Dotson, Johnny Wilson 9 yards, Brent Covey 11 yards, Paris Campbell 13 yards. You know what I mean? It's like it was basically Devontae Smith, anybody else. But of
Frank
course,
Covey did
Dallas
have that,
Goddard.
that one good catch on the little screen they threw him. He did
He
find
did. Hey, mate, bro. I said, oh, yeah.
yards.
That was lit. I was lit. I ain't gonna lie. He did right there on the sideline, bro. Went to go get the first down, too. As soon as he caught the ball and I saw bro come, I said, Brent, you better make that nigga miss. And the reason why I thought that, though, is because he's a punt returner. He's already shifty. Like, that's what he does. So I
Right,
was
and
like,
people
yeah, you
coming
better
down,
make
this
him
is the
miss.
exact situation you are in. People coming
Facts.
downhill
You
at
used
you.
to this.
You literally
Yes,
have to
bro.
juke this guy.
It's a lot of space, bro. You better not let him get you. I don't care how big, how small you are. Make him miss, bro. Darren Sproles his ass or something, bro. So I was glad he did make that play. Devontae Smith, once again, 7 catches, 79 yards. I think he would have ended up with over 10 catches and over 100 yards had he played that fourth quarter
Yeah.
or whatnot. Steady Eddie, bro. That's kind of why I look at Devontae Smith, bro. But also, you seen plays where he was getting triple teamed, bro. It was just like there's like, nah. You're not gonna beat us with him, bro. So to still end up with over 11 yards a catch, 7 for 79, bro. Shout out to Devontae. He gonna do even better whenever AJ come back in. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm not getting blanketed all the time, but if all of that, bro, Dallas got it. Dallas Goddard, bro, 10 catches, 170 yards, bro. Like, we went a whole week last week knowing we didn't have AJ, and Dallas Goddard ended up with what, like 2 catches? 3 catches, maybe? One of them was right towards the end of the game. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm so glad that we finally took advantage of that matchup, getting him open, whether that's schemes, the routes, whatever, bro. Like, let's get this man to rock. It's like we were talking last week, poor man's Kittle.
Yeah,
We
Kittle.
said, what you call him? We said homeless man.
He's been homeless man lately.
Boy, no facts,
Yeah.
bro. Hey, so shout out to him stepping it up, bro. Huge, huge, slow ass running down the sideline for 60 yards, bro. It was exciting to watch, bro. It seemed like he caught almost everything that was thrown to him. So yeah, he had 11 targets, 10 catches, bro. Tremendous, 170 yards, bro. I loved it. So totality wise, I probably give them all maybe like a B, just because some of the receivers kind of bring them down, I think. But Dallas, I'm giving an A. Smitty, I'm giving like a B plus. Probably would have been an A as well, though. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I really want to know if we're gonna get AJ back for next week because I don't want to have to keep playing like this.
I don't want to have to play like this either. I don't want him to rush back and maybe have
That's
the
true.
hamstring linger all
That's
game.
true.
I want to throw a surprise one in here. Uh,
Ooh,
let's be quick. Let's grade the special teams. They suck.
I'm gonna say F, bro. It
Yeah,
wasn't huge on the
there's
return
no
game,
other
but
way to grade this.
you gotta go F, bro. It's like what I'm saying. We had three kick returns. Averaging about 25 yards a return,
Did you
bro. But they
see
getting them out of
Kenny
the end
trip
zone.
on a kick return? He literally just tripped. Kenny sucks. Stop putting him back there.
Sucks.
He's so
Sucks.
bad. He just
But
tripped.
I get right. I think our special teams coach, I've heard him, Michael Clay. I've heard him make a comment of, "Oh, we think that return game is kind of more like a running back play." So we literally got two running backs back there, Kenny Gainwell and fucking Will Shipley, bro. So I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully we don't keep getting scored on, so we don't have to keep getting kick returns. But also, what was weird is Cooper DeJean had the punt return instead of Jake Elliott. Not Jake Elliott. Britton Covey. I'm wondering if that is because Britton was playing so much on the offense,
Well,
so they was
you
just
can't
like,
have another receiver get hurt right now.
right, 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 and
You
that's what
lose
I'm
the
thinking that
two.
was. Right, right, bro. But the fucking block punt and then dude was coming off the left side unblocked. It didn't even look like we was close to having another guy over there. None of that, bro. He
What's
just
going
came scot free. Hey, shout out to Nolan Smith making that tackle, by the way, actually, though. You know
on?
what I
Yeah, I
mean?
was
Stopping him
gonna
from going to score that touchdown. Because I'm trying to think, either they ended up scoring a field goal after that, or they ended up going for it on fourth and we stopped them. So they either left with 3 points or they left with no points. I can't remember which one that was. But that was a huge play. And Jake Elliott, bro, highest paid kicker in the league. We paid bro this offseason. I was okay with it because I think Jake is amazing. Missing that kick, it was plus 50 yards, but I don't care. You were inside, you're in a dome, it ain't no wind blowing, nobody was there to block it, deflect it, it didn't get touched, and he just missed it like wide right. It was gross, bro. It was gross. It didn't make any sense to me. We got to play better on special teams. Shout out to the defense keeping us in the game, but special teams was trash. I know that was supposed to be quick, but I'm done now.
No, you good,
Damn,
bro.
damn,
It was nauseating. I told you
hard
before.
watch.
I just think block punts are embarrassing, bro. Just this should be a routine play. This is like a
That's
layup.
some rec league stuff,
Punt
huh?
the ball. Cool. Okay, defensive side of the ball. Let's start with the
Okay.
D line. How did you grade the D line?
I went with an A. Like I said, yeah, we only had the one sack, but it's like I don't know how many times Derek Carr dropped back to pass the ball. It was only 25 times,
Yeah,
but he was on 14 to 25, bro. So
he was still like they get the ball out pretty. I mean,
quick.
we talked about it. You know, their offense
Mm-hmm.
on schedule. Just throw it.
You know, but also like you said, bro, the four quarterback hits, bro. We did get the sack. The three pass deflections, getting your hands up, bro. That is amazing, bro.
Yeah.
We had six tackles for loss, bro, just from the defensive line. Those boys stepped up. I was lit the whole game, bro. They had me excited. Watching them try to run stretch plays, and I'm seeing defensive linemen already in the backfield, like staring at the running back, like, yeah, where you about to go? Where you going? Because I'm about to. I need that, bro. Like it was really fun to watch, bro. I had to get him an A. I don't think anything else besides that would have worked.
Yeah, definitely. They played a really good game. I think it was 26 carries for 87 yards, I do believe, for Alvin Kamara. Uh,
Yep,
so yeah,
26 for 87,
yeah,
3.3 yards a carry.
yeah.
Ooh,
That's really really good. Cool. And lastly, before we do the MVP, we'll talk secondary. How did you grade
yeah.
the back seven? or
Yeah,
not
man.
seven.
So
Sorry, not seven.
I normally consider the linebackers part of that front seven. So like with them, I kind of gave them an A as well. I still don't like watching the Kobe Dean in space. He had that one play where Chris Olave was coming out of the backfield like a running back, but he kind of broke off to the left side where Kobe Dean was, and he was just standing there. Like, bro, I know you in the zone, you in the space, but don't guard grass. There's no reason for you to guard grass. He's not throwing it to the grass. He's gonna throw it to the man over there. You know what I mean? So but besides that, coming downhill, Nakobe was there every time, bro. He played really great. Zach Bond, once again, leading us in tackles with 13 of them, 9 of them being solo tackles, bro. But Nakobe Dean had 8 tackles, but he also had a tackle for loss. So shout out to the linebackers. And also with the corners, so I gave D line an A, linebackers an A. Now when it came to the corners and the safeties, I'm be honest, my initial notes that I put down was an A for everybody. I felt like the defense was top tier, bro. But I'm also going to look because I was like, damn, where the corners are A? And I go look at the receivers for the Saints, bro. Chris Olave kind of went off. He had his 6 catches for 86 yards, and he had a touchdown on CJGJ. But besides him, bro, a dude named Mason Tipton had 2 catches for 11 yards. Cedric Wilson, 1 catch, 3 yards. Foster Moreau, I think he's a tight end, 1 catch, 2 yards. And then that was it. Rashid Shaheed, no catches. 5 targets, no catches, bro. Like that's top tier, bro. It was like, man, Chris Olave caught every single one of his targets, 6 for 6. But besides that, I think we stepped up and played well on everybody. Like everybody played very well, so I gave them an A. Especially Q doing his thing, bro. I think what's his name? Slay had a really good game too. Yeah, I just think we just couldn't really stop Chris Olave. He was getting his still. But I mean, if we only one dude going off is 86 yards, 6 catches, then I'm not tripping. You know what I mean? So, and then go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, just defense as a whole. I mean, this was
Mm-hmm.
most high-powered octane offense through 2 weeks in the NFL, and essentially shut those guys down in the first half. Only 200 yards total for the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to think anything other than just the entire defensive side of the ball played a really good game. Um, so
I
that was
agree.
really, really good to see.
Yeah, I
Uh,
get a safeties about an A too, just especially with
yeah,
that pick at the end.
yeah,
Like
the
I
pick.
said, CJ definitely gave out the that touchdown, but that pick at the end, bro, clutching the game, it was fun to watch. Plus, it was coming downhill, filling holes all game, bro. Like making sure that run game never really got going.
Yeah,
So, mhm.
yeah,
Shout out to
definitely.
the defense as a whole, man.
Yeah, it was good to see just everything we talked about last week kind of coming to fruition.
Hell yeah.
How Derek Carr's a pumpkin, and look, uh, I mean, I thought it was interesting. Clint Kubiak just running into these fronts. He doesn't want to throw the ball with Derek Carr. That's not the plan. That's not ever gonna be
Yeah.
what they look to do. And then you get pressure on that guy. He just threw the ball away. He didn't need to do that at all. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yep.
that
Hopefully,
was
we
really
keep this
good, man.
going forward. Yeah.
Let's real quick before we wrap up. Let's give out the awards. Let's
But
start with the playmaker, which is the offensive MVP award, I guess.
offensive playmaker, man, I went with Dallas Goddard. 10 catches on 11 targets, bro. 170 yards, especially with that little 60-yard catch and run. Shout out to him making that play. Shout out to Dallas Goddard really just stepping up, period, after not really touching the ball for a couple of weeks, making himself known and being a part of the offense, man. So we got to get at to him for sure.
It looked like he almost just kind of let the defenders kind of catch his. I'm just gonna stiff arm these guys. I was like,
And
run!
they wasn't even there yet, bro.
Oh,
He reaching out, they weren't even there yet. Paige actually made that comment. She was like, "It looks like he tried to stiff arm. They weren't even there." I said, "He definitely did, man. He definitely did."
'Cause,
Bro was tired. He was gassed.
he can feel them 50 yards away. Oh, they're coming, bro. They're like, oh, I can't outrun these guys. Great play, Dallas. Great
No
game.
way. Hey,
Uh,
shout out to bro.
okay, the defensive player, which was named the Thumper Award.
Thumper Award.
Thumper, best defensive player. Who was it?
Yeah. I had a toss up, bro. I went in between Zach Bond and Jalen Carter. I know Jalen Carter didn't end up with any sacks or anything like that, but the 4 tackles, the 2 tackles for loss, the 2 pass deflections he got sitting there playing on the defensive line, bro. I think he was wrecking havoc on that offensive line all game. You had mentioned earlier about the center going out and things like that. Shoot, most of the time he's not even right there on the center though. He's
Mhm.
normally off on one of the guards. Like Jordan Davis was more so on the center more than he was. But either way, watching him get the pressures over and over again, getting in Derek Carr's face, you know what I mean? Like forcing him to make bad passes. I think he was everywhere. But that dude, Zach Bond, 13 tackles, 9 of them being solos. He didn't end up with any tackles for loss, but he seemed like he was there every play. Every play you needed him, he was there, wrapping up, making a tackle. And like I mentioned early on, he was coming down being the fifth guy on the end, sometimes the sixth guy on the end. And I think he held his edge and he played that role very well, bro. So shout out to them too. I couldn't really choose them between the two, but I gave them the Co Thumper Awards.
Yeah, Zach Bond definitely seems like he has a nose for the ball. You gotta love those players that just
Mm-hmm.
always seem to find themselves around the play. And then Jalen Carter tries his best to somehow sell the game. He's trying to find a way. He's on the sideline. He's like, "How can I lose us this game? How can I sell this? Let me see if I can draw a penalty. I'll chirp at the players on the field. I'll run around, I'll chirp at the fans. I'll
Nothing
have."
he did was illegal. None of that was illegal. He's having he a young dumb dude, bro, having fun. You know what I mean? Hey, nothing he did was illegal. So
Hey,
that's why it's like I'm not as mad at him. I feel like the camera people and all that made it a bigger thing than probably what it was.
well, the coaches are literally tackling him on the sideline, so maybe that makes it a big
That's their
deal.
fault. They doing
Uh,
too much.
Also, if the referees want to throw an unsportsmanlike conduct, who's going to tell them that they can't? I don't know. Just relax, bro. You played a good game. It's one game. Act like you've done it before, which you definitely have. Um, cool. So, okay, Zach Bond, Jalen Carter both had a really good game. Who was the best player overall, MVP?
Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdowns and a 2 point conversion. Like you mentioned, bro. I mean that's what. That's 12, 14 of the points, bro. 14 of the 15 points.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
14.
need that, bro. Yeah, and that's only on 17 carries for
Right.
147 yards. Bro, that's
Crazy.
crazy. Crazy, bro. Watch him get the home run. It's like, yes, bro, we needed that. Being down 3-0, coming off of Smitty just going out for a concussion, bro. Like, spirits got to be low. You know what I mean? Did you make that play happen? That was huge. He ended up with a total of 21 touches because he had 4 catches for just 9 yards or whatnot. But 21 touches for over 150 yards. We were talking. He was our X factor going into this game or whatnot. So also turning into the MVP, I think we were on the right track for sure. And then I think you had asked something about like how many yards do I feel like he needs to have or whatnot. And I think you had mentioned something about close to like 130, 140. You know, it was a nice amount of yards that we were talking about or whatnot. So to see him eclipsing over 150 yards on that few touches and getting in the end zone twice, I got to give you the MVP for sure.
Yeah, what it was? You said 125 from scrimmage. I said 140 to 150 on the ground.
Mm,
uh, to win. And it was funny. I was watching some other people do previews of the game, and they were essentially kind of making the same half joke, like, if they want to win, Saquon's going to need about 150. And
mm.
sure enough, that was definitely the
150.
recipe and the only way
Yeah, man.
for sure.
All facts. And also, it's like, I think we were mentioning time of possession or whatnot earlier on as well, like trying to make sure that hey, we can muck that up, then we be good to go. But really, I just didn't expect the defense to play as well as they did. Like the defense was out there a decent amount of time, but they just played very well, very well. So I think a great overall win, man. I'm excited. We're gonna see what Tampa Bay brings next, man.
Yeah, definitely looking forward, man. If they could get a win going into the bye, you know, three
Need it.
one, that is going to be awesome. Hopefully, AJ Brown can get back and be healthy. We definitely
Mm-hmm.
need that guy. Hopefully, Smitty's okay.
And Lane Johnson, they both
Lane
went out with
Johnson,
concussions.
yeah,
So
the nausea and stuff definitely not good. You don't want to hear a
right.
guy gets hit in the head. Now he's nauseous. Lane Johnson had
Mm-hmm.
concussions in his past, so hopefully those guys are okay, and hopefully they get the rest they need. But we are really looking forward to a big Eagles season after a win like that.
Yes,
You think the
sir.
has a lot of potential, still untapped potential too. So, All right, guys. Thanks for rocking with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe the page. We're going to be here all season long covering the Philadelphia Eagles with you guys. It's been a lot of fun so far. I'm going to keep rocking. But until next time, we'll see you.
Peace.